Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Daily Magic. My name is SlytherinKnight, and I am so happy you could join me. So today's episode, as you can clearly see, we have 3 different daily quests, because I am recording this on the day of Duskmourn House of Horrors' release. So, pretty cool, yeah. If you didn't check out if you didn't see the video, the special episode for the release of Duskmourn, go check that out. I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, today, of these 3, we're actually going to be mainly focused on the cast 20 creature spells, because that lets me use a new deck in the form of a Gruul Delirium deck. Now, don't let the name fool you. This is still very much a Gruul deck. Things, get creatures out, deal damage, have fun. But the main thing is that, or the main mechanic of the game is Delirium. Whole thing being that, do they not tell you? Hold on, Delirium. Right, if you have Delirium's whole thing is that your creatures have different abilities based on whether or not you have 4 or more card types in the graveyard. So the card types are I think they're artifact, creature, enchantment, instant, sorcery, stuff like that. So some of our cards do count as 2, like Wildfire Wickerfolk is an artifact and a creature, so that I believe that counts as 2. Same thing with Clockwork Percussionist. But yeah. I don't know if lands count. I mean, I would assume lands count for that as well, but yeah. So this deck has a couple of ways of getting cards into our graveyard to start benefiting from that, like Patchwork Beastie. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may mill a card. You don't have to, but you can. And you really do want to get 4 card types in your graveyard so that Beastie can actually start doing stuff, because it can't attack or block until you have 4 or more. So that's for stuff like Torch the Tower. We can use its bargain price to get something into the grave. Typically, I feel like we're going to be bargaining off Clockwork Percussionist, because when it dies, exile the top card of your library. You may play it until the end of your next turn. So that's another nice way of getting some more cards. It's a pretty cheap card, all things considered. This deck is pretty kind of heavy in some rares and mythics. Fear of missing out is one of those. When it enters, discard a card, then draw a card. You have to. Yeah, it's very much a you have to. You can't. It's not like you may discard, you have to discard. So another way of getting more card types into the graveyard. Its Delirium ability is that whenever it attacks for the first time each turn, if there are in your graveyard, untap target creature. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. Yeah, that can be pretty devastating, but again, you're only untapping a single creature. Though also note this is an enchantment creature, so it counts as 2 as well. Typically, I don't really know what you would want to be untapping mainly. Maybe Dragonhawk, but that's a as we come to it type thing. Inti is again another one. Discard a card. Whenever you attack, you may discard a card. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature. It gains trample until end of turn. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card until your next end step. So it's another way of getting more things to play. Obliterating Bolt is just great removal. Same thing with Scorching Shot. Wickerfolk. Its Delirium ability is it gets a +1/+1 and has trample as long as there are 4 or more cards. 4 more card types among cards in your graveyard. That's pretty good. And even then, it's a 3/2 hasted creature for a total of just red and green. That's not bad. Screaming Nemesis is a very, very important card in this. Whenever it is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any other target. If a player is dealt damage this way, they can't gain life for the rest of the game. Yeah, just think about that for a second. Omnivorous Flytrap. Whenever it attacks or when it enters or attacks with 4 or more card types in the grave, distribute 2 +1/+1 counters among one or 2 target creatures. Not bad. If there are 6 card types in your graveyard, double the number of +1/+1 counters. I don't see us seeing that option very often, but you never know. Dragonhawk needs no introduction, and then Balustrade Wurm. This card can't be countered, so that's just a really, really nice aspect of it. And for its Delirium, you can play it from your graveyard, though it does come out with a finality counter. So this is a decent one to... This could be a decent card to discard, because you can always just play it again if you have Delirium activated. But that's mainly it. So let's go ahead and give it a shot, why don't we? Sadly, with Duskmourn, I don't actually seeing myself using a lot of new decks, but maybe that changes. We'll see. Okay. Do that. Immediately grab a forest. And land cards do count, because Wickerfolk has a 1 on it, so that's awesome. Alright, let's go ahead and send out Wickerfolk, I think. Go ahead and get some good damage in. Okay, our opponent seems to be going for the Surveil route. I respect it. Like trying to get stuff into their grave quickly, I get it. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, they're an artifact stack. Hopefully I can take them out quickly enough. Let's actually go with this one for now. I guess I could do both. No. Fair enough. Alright, well I want to look at this real quick. We were about to do 6 more damage, taking them to 5. They probably didn't have anything that could help them quickly enough. Even if they did, I would have Obliterating Bolted the creature on the next turn. Whenever you attack... Okay, so this ability was about to pop, but our opponent decided to concede. I was going to discard a card, probably the Fear of Missing Out for now, because that would have given me a total of 3 of card types: enchantment, creature, and land. Wouldn't have been quite enough, but it would have almost been there. Curious to see what the card would have been, but not bad for a first match. I like how, so far, just looking at the deck, so just that very, very quick match, honestly, I like the potential speed of the deck. You know, I very much like the idea of getting my creatures out, going fast, and dealing damage quickly. So hopefully that continues with this. But honestly, I really don't think that was a great start. Yes. Come on. Do that, grab a red, grab a mountain. I'll be sending out Fear of Missing Out and discarding my worm. War Leader's Call. Good choice, good choice. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead. Let's go with... Yeah, let's go with Inti. No. That's unfortunate. They're gonna block anyway, so that would have been really nice to have. But that, oh, I forgot. If they die to torch the tower, they get exiled. Excellent. I could actually go ahead and send out my Balustrade Wurm. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, wait, no, why can't I? Oh, because I don't have Delirium. That's why. That's going to take some getting used to. I'm actually going to decline this time. If you do that, I'll have an enchantment in the grave, which will put me up to my Delirium cost, or to my Delirium ability. Sure. I don't really have anything else to use it for. Ooh. Screaming Nemesis, that'll be nice. I'm guessing they have something for that. Nope. Surprising. So here's the thing. Do I send out Screaming Nemesis? I do. Oh, yes, excellent. Sure. I could send this out next turn, so decline. That's fine, you'll take 3 damage here. Or actually, I know I'm going to use the 3 damage to get rid of their thing. Well, that's fine. Ultimately, they still lost the card, so. Sure. So now you lose it either way. And that's game. Dragonhawk, gotta love it. Oh, wow. Well, that went well. That went well. I'm very happy with that. Well, so far the Delirium deck I think is working pretty well. That could just be because this is the first day, the first day of the release, of the public release. So a lot of people aren't using the new cards yet, potentially. So, but I think it went rather well. So actually, I think, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up right here. In the next episode, sorry, my mind is somewhere else today. I do apologize. If you enjoyed this episode, which I do sincerely hope you did, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button down below. And if you happen to be new to the channel, hello, welcome, and please do consider subscribing. And to stay up to date for whenever new content is released to the channel, please do not hesitate to hit that bell icon after you subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you all next time.